Welcome back. Let's talk about those possible showers. We are still seeing, of course, those temperatures hanging in the upper 90s, just a few degrees above those averages. As we look towards maybe the late weekend, we'll return back into the mid 90s where we're supposed to be for the middle of July. But until that happens, a little bit on that warmer side of things, and also thunderstorms that are moving on through. These thunderstorms are expected to have some moderate to even heavy rain, especially in the high regions. Flooding shouldn't be an issue, but we'll continue to watch that. Lightning, possible hail, even the Front Range is getting some hail on those mountaintops, and gusty winds, which also means that fire danger is, well, on the rise during the late afternoon hours, especially with that lightning. But we're really watching this high pressure as it still is right on over that Four Corners region, and this is very similar to what we watched today. As we look into tomorrow, we're starting to watch a lot of this moisture move along the north side of that to bring us those high elevation showers. Now, as we look towards Friday, these monsoonal moistures are even going to increase further to move on into the Grand Valley. But before that happens, we're really focusing over the Continental Divide and the San Juans. But locally, again, like I said, we're going to start to see a 40–50% chance on Friday before we drop off and dry out a little bit through the weekend days. Now, there is still a chance for some possible moisture to linger through Sunday and Monday, but likely we're going to start the work week on a dry now. So we'll take a look at our futurecast, and of course, some pretty cloudy skies tonight, as even though right now it's beautiful and blue outside, we're going to see some clouds roll on through this evening. Tomorrow afternoon, some of those southern areas still getting those showers. Delta, Montrose, maybe a tad bit of rain accumulation. As we look into that 5 o'clock hour down the I-70 corridor and through the Continental Divide, some pretty scattered and isolated showers, if you will. Now, as we look into Thursday, 8 p.m., those desert valleys are going to get a considerable amount before shifting on in with that increasing monsoonal moisture through Friday. Now, this is when we're going to possibly see some showers through Grand Junction, same through Montrose, and widespreading through a lot of those high country regions. But we'll have a closer look at that around dinner time hours on Friday for Grand Junction to get just a tad bit of some rain. So starting the weekend, hopefully on a little bit of a wet note. But we'll notice in terms of those rain accumulations, just where it's landing. We'll see by late night tonight and into tomorrow, not too much, but by the time the storm system, the second round of storms, I guess you would say, on Friday wraps on up, some areas like Battlement Mesa, even stretching over to Carbondale, Gunnison as well, getting at least about a 1/10 of an inch. Gunnison, even a tad bit more. But I also want to touch on some elevated wind speeds because, yes, we're going to start to see 15, 20, 25, even 30-mile-an-hour top wind gusts through a lot of those mountainous regions. So, of course, with these storms moving on through, those possible lightning strikes, our fire danger is at a high during those late afternoon hours. Delta, Montrose, you might even be hitting that 30-mile-an-hour zone. But we'll notice those fire weather risks, of course, are elevating in those late afternoon hours, just around that 3–4 p.m. hour for both Thursday and Friday, looking towards the weekend as well. Earlier today, we saw 99 through Grand Junction and 92 through Montrose, which set us a few degrees above those averages. But as we look ahead, we're going to continue to actually get closer to those averages. Even right now, 98 through Grand Junction and 90 through Montrose. But again, those late weekend days after these monsoonal moistures move on through, we'll start to see those mid-90s again, with Montrose following suit as we even see maybe some upper 80s.